morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. So, how's your morning so far? Are you an early riser? Because you're already ready for sessions at 10:30.
No, actually, I've been, looking forward to this session for so long. So that is why I was ready in advance so that I
Okay.
could not miss it. And I am not an early bird, but these days, from last 2 days, I am sending my kids to school. So that is why I had to raise early. But I'm not an early bird. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, like me. All right, tell me more about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Sunita Rawat, and I hail from a scenic village in Chamoli, Uttarakhand. And I am a mother to two kids,
Mhm.
a full time homemaker. And my hobbies are to teach people these days. And I run a YouTube channel also named Sunita's English Adventure, wherein I post conversational videos and some informative content also. So that's a bit about me.
Okay, lovely. Do you want to know about me or you have an idea about me?
No, you're already a renowned trainer and everybody knows about you. So there is no need.
Yeah. So, what did you study in college?
I studied MBA in HR and marketing.
Okay. Are you happy doing homemaking now?
Uh, yes, because now I have two kids and it's like every day is enjoyable with them. And I don't put myself in a situation wherein I have to, think about my past much. Whatever position I am at today, I enjoy doing it, and I'm quite fine with the position I am at. Like I'm a homemaker, so I'm enjoying it, and even I don't get much time to think about my past, like I've done MBA and why I'm sitting at home. And if I'll keep on doing that, then I'll end up become frustrating, so I don't want to do that. So I'm happy enjoying my enjoying nurturing my kids, and now I have started my passion as a YouTuber too, and I'm an aspiring communication and English language trainer too. So I'm thinking of working upon this instead of just thinking about my past, like what I have done in past. So that is why.
Yeah. Though we try to forget our past, there are people always around us who keep reminding us
Mhm.
what our past was,
Mhm.
right? So it keeps coming back. So that's the reason I asked you. How old are your kids?
My kids, the elder one is 5 years old, and the younger one is 3 years old.
Okay, two under five. Quite difficult.
Mm. Mhm. The second one came as a surprise to us, so it was not
Okay,
planned.
okay. So
But
that is
it's
why you
fine.
just have
Both are boys.
2 years gap. Mm.
Both are boys, and they enjoy each other's company. And it's like quite comfortable for me too, because I need not to look upon them every time. They
Mm.
enjoy playing with each other. Sometimes they fight too, but it happens
No.
when you have siblings. But most of the time they play, they enjoy each other's company, so that is quite a good thing for me.
Mm. Yeah, that is a positive thing actually. But my kids are fighting all the time. My daughter and my son. My son, like they have like 4.5 years of age gap between them. And
Hmm.
one good thing when you have a lesser age gap is that you can share the same kind of toys, and you can just preserve their
Right.
clothes and reuse it. But when there is a larger
Mm.
and opposite genders, you have to get separate set of
Hmm.
toys for them. And I don't know, somehow
Yeah.
they do not get along well. My son loves
Hmm.
his sister so much, but my daughter behaves
Hmm.
like she's allergic to him.
Hmm.
It's
Because
quite
they are
challenging,
in different phases of their life. Like both my kids are in their early phase,
right?
so they have same mentality.
Mm.
They love playing with toys and all,
Mm.
and they are even they have same mentality about going to school also. Both of
Right.
them don't like to go to school. So it's like they having same mentality altogether, so that is why they gel up really quickly and get along really nicely.
Okay, so is it difficult to send them off to school?
It's been 2 days only.
Okay.
I am sending them to school. It's not that difficult. They My elder one actually cries a little Every time when I send him, he says, Mama, I want to do homeschooling only. Actually, I was homeschooling him from past 7 to 8 months, but then it didn't work well. So I started sending him to school. So again and again, because he was in his comfort zone till now, and I
Yeah.
started sending him. Every now
Mm.
and then he was telling me that, Mama, I want to do homeschooling only and I'll do it really well. I'll obey whatever you say. So he was like that. But then I said, I homeschooled you till now, and I don't know further like how to teach you. Now you have to go to school.
Yeah.
Then he's like, fine. He just try once that it,
Mm.
it could be maybe my mom will not send me school if I'll behave like this, or if I'll show that emotional face to her. So
Mm.
he tried that once.
Yeah, but also it is homeschooling is challenging, and it is important for them to gel with other children
Mhm.
of their age, so that social development
Right.
will happen once they go to school only. So yeah.
Yes, I have noticed that in his behavior. He was already reserved, from his early age, and he's kind of a simple and a reserved nature boy. So, and I homeschooled him, so he has become even more reserved. He don't want to go out in public,
Mm-hmm.
so that is why it had a negative impact on him. So I thought we should send him to school. The other one is really extrovert kind of, and he gel up with everyone who
Mm-hmm.
come in front of him. So he's kind of that. So he's also happy going to school, but the elder one is little
Yeah.
sad, but he'll gel up with time.
He'll I think it'll take a couple of years. Even my elder one was, she created a lot of trouble while going to school, like for 2, 3 years. From first standard, she was pretty okay. So I think the elder ones need more, like maybe we are more protective and we are more pampered.
Mm.
We pamper them a lot, the firstborn. So they might find it
Yes.
difficult. I see it in most of the cases.
Right, right. And mostly the firstborns are reserved kind of only, and the second ones are naughty and extroverts. I've seen in most of the cases.
Totally agree to it. So what is the best part, like this phase of your life? What is the best part of this
Mhm,
phase? And what is the, like, I don't say worst, most challenging part
mhm.
of this phase of your life?
Like after having my kids.
Yeah. Whatever
Mhm.
now you are
So,
going, like 3 or 5 years, this phase of your life.
so when I had this news of having another baby, and we were overjoyed because we thought they'll be like twins only,
Mm,
and we will be having less expenses too, because the elder one clothes will fit the younger one too. So it was kind of, we were looking for positive things only. We were not ready in at our initial stage, because we thought of aborting too, because it was out of unexpected.
mhm,
So then we look out for positive things, like all the positive things, and then we were like fine with it. And when we had him, and after that, my elder one is quite mature, and he was not like other kids. He was like welcoming him. He was embracing this new bond, and that was quite delighted to see them like this. Like we are also experiencing that how siblings bond with each other. So day by day the bond is getting stronger, and the elder one is acting like a kind of parent to him. He's
mhm,
acting like a kind of a guide, you can say. And every time when he says something wrong, like his sentences in Hindi and English, every time when he says something wrong, he corrects him. So this is how they this is how their bond is, like the
yes.
elder and the younger one also look up to the elder one. And whenever he needs something, like if he needs a candy, you can say, then he'll get a candy for his brother too.
Mm,
So that kind of bond we are cherishing day by day. And now that they both are in school, I'm really missing them at home, because earlier I got much time with them, a lot of time with them, seeing their activities and seeing their bond. So it was very delightful, but now I'm missing it. But this is also important phase of life, like going to school and all. And if I say challenging, then I wouldn't say I didn't find anything challenging, because I'm, a solution-oriented girl kind of, and I don't find anything challenging as such. Whatever, situation is, I kind of look for solutions, and that's it.
Yeah. And also it is so beautiful, this phase, that you kind of you don't concentrate much on what is troubling you or challenging you. All the time your mind your mind is busy taking care of your children, your family, and it is somewhat a nice phase when your children are growing up. You don't get any time
Right.
to concentrate on yourself.
Right, exactly. That's my situation is.
Did you want to ask me anything?
Yes, I want to ask you, like everyone is talking about you on in this English speaking community on YouTube. And once a speaker was having conversation with me. He's also a YouTuber, and he was telling me that you have a little resemblance of Shanta ma'am. And
No.
I was already, watching your videos. Then
Mhm.
I felt really delighted, and it was, a moment of proud for me, because getting even a little resemblance of yours is a big thing for me. And I want to ask you, like, how do you feel when, everyone is talking about you? You are, talk of the town. So how do you feel about it?
First of all, I don't know that I am the talk of the town. I don't know that people are talking about me or what they are talking. The next thing is appreciation doesn't get to me, honestly, because I know that everything is short-lived. As long as you are there
Mhm.
putting out content, people know you, you're doing good things, people are going to talk about you. So it is just
Right.
that I treat the same way, good things and bad things. Everything is there for you. It's not going to stay forever. So it just does
Mhm.
within me. I'm just doing my work.
Mhm.
That's all. I don't know.
Great,
I don't even know
great.
that people talk about me. And I'm really delighted to know that from you. I hope it is at least positive, most of it.
It is positive. And I also want to ask one thing, like everybody says you should not look for validation. But when we get a positive validation from someone, we suddenly get happy.
Yeah.
And when we receive negative validation from someone, we say that we don't need your validation, but somewhere, we get affected from that. So what is your take on this?
I think sometimes we need validation in order to uh, you have to be like somewhat satisfied with yourself when you get a positive validation from somebody. I think that will boost your confidence more, and it will encourage you to perform better. So I think sometimes validation is very important, otherwise it is kind of depressing when nobody is telling nothing, either good or bad. If they are giving you some kind of feedback, you can take it and go ahead. So you
Mhm.
just have to treat it the same way. If they are giving you something negative, just think, work upon it. If you really feel that it is negative and you have to work on it, just work on it and try to be better. If it is a
Mhm.
rubbish and you need not believe in it, so just ignore it. So, but if it is positive,
Hmm.
definitely it's going to boost your confidence. So at sometimes all of us.
Exactly. So everybody seek for that positive validation because they need motivation in their life, whatever they are doing, right?
Exactly.
Mm. But in this English learning journey, whenever people give you negative validation, it affects you in some or the other way. But if you're taking it positively, like even the negative validation, if you're taking it positively, it
Mhm.
can help you in your journey, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Other thing I want to ask, like people say that every aspect, like reading, writing, speaking, and listening, everything is important. But I'm not much into writing. It's like it's not my cup of tea, and I don't really like writing. I know it is important, but would you like to suggest me, like, I'm doing everything, like listening, speaking, reading, I'll start. I have ordered a few books, but I haven't got it yet. So, reading, I'll start. I am really interested in reading, but writing is something that I'm not really fond of. And is it really important to have that practice, or I can go without it? Like, keeping in mind that I want to become a very good trainer and communication coach.
I think writing, you're already there, right? Your communication skills are great, your English is excellent. So you're already there. You don't need any of extra kind of practice. So whatever you're doing up to now, that should work for you. And maybe for reading, you can do like something to enhance your trainer in you. For that thing, you can do some reading in order to learn things. But writing, it's still okay. I think you're able to manage without it because you're able to do speaking, which means to say you can do writing very easily. I don't think you need,
Mm.
if you are not into it,
Mhm.
well and good. It's okay.
People say that we need writing to find out our mistakes, like in tenses and prepositions and all that.
Mhm.
So we do
Yeah,
writing for that, right?
no, but in your case, you are perfect, right? Your English is very good. So I wouldn't advise you to again recheck yourself by writing. Only for that thing, you have to write and practice. I don't think so. Because you can watch your recording
Mhm.
also and see. If for people who are really
Mhm.
poor at speaking, for them, writing is excellent because they will have time to think and improve. But in your case, I don't
Right,
think
right.
so it is necessary.
Mm. Okay. Then I'm happy about it because I really don't like writing.
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
In things like
That's
when you want to dump yourself emotionally at that time, writing will be beneficial because there are some things which we cannot share with anybody. So in that case, you can tell it to yourself by writing. That that is a good exercise, mental exercise. But yeah, it's up
Right.
to like person to person what they want to do.
Great. Thank you for this. And anything you want to ask me?
Just one question. What is something that scares you physically and emotionally?
I can share example with you today because last night I had a nightmare about my children.
Mm.
Like, I don't want to tell it, but it was something
That's okay.
like
I got it. Yeah,
losing them.
yeah, I got it.
It was something like them, and that scares me the most.
Yeah, yeah.
And nothing involved, like I can lose, like everybody, humans are mortal, and anyhow, like we have to lose a life and our family members too, someday or the other day. But it is like most painful to lose a child.
Exactly, exactly. Nothing like it.
So
You
that's
you cannot live. That's my notion. You cannot live
Mhm.
if something happens to your child. That's my biggest.
Even while telling you this thing, my body is literally shivering.
Yeah.
I can't even think about it.
And when you have such a nightmare, you just wake up and you are crying. I feel somewhat
Mm.
totally scared, and I almost feel that I'm going to cry.
Mm.
I'm going to be sad the entire day. So it happens.
Yes, it will be there in mind for long.
Long time, yeah. And in our district, there is a last week there was a bus accident, school bus accident, and two tiny children, 3 and 5 years old, they lost their lives. Many of them lost their limbs, and everything was there. Um, everything was there on TV. So they were showing, taking them to hospital, broken legs. Oh God, that was so pathetic. I still
Really
cannot get
heart-wrenching.
what
And then we relate that with our children too, and that's really heart-wrenching to see and how their parents, must be feeling.
impossible for them to cope up with that loss.
Exactly. And the most painful thing is when, somebody, when the child is disappeared, like out of something. So
Mm.
that is, I think, the most painful thing when you don't know whether your child is alive or not. They suddenly disappears. So
Mhm.
I had, I have a relative,
Mhm.
and this was the situation with them. Their child, suddenly disappeared, and they are like living with it now,
Oh God.
this thing. So that is really painful.
I agree. Yeah. Anything else before we wind up the session?
No, and I'm really, I'm really sorry to, talk about this topic, and I think it become really
No,
serious
that's
kind of
okay
topic.
because
So I'm
many
really
people
sorry
will
for
be
that.
able to relate to it. Sometimes we have to talk about
Mhm.
our fear as well. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's okay. I think
No,
many
it's
mothers
right.
share this common mentality.
Mm. Yes, but it makes us sad also at the same time,
Yeah.
thinking about this.
Mm.
Okay, there is nothing to ask, and I really like talking to you. And I was looking forward for this for a long time, and I'm really happy now. Having
Likewise.
talked to you. Mm.
It's wonderful talking to you. Your
Oh,
English is very good, and I think you should continue this practice of training people, because there are a lot of people who need help, and you have that kind of patience and energy and passion to teaching. So I would say good luck with that.
thank you for such kind words. I was looking for this kind of affirmation. Like I like positive validations and encouragements.
Mm.
I totally need it. Thank you for this.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
having this session.
Sure. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Bye. Same to you. Bye.